What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to talk about some both good and bad news, and honestly, you're not going to believe what is potentially going to happen very soon. We're going to address gas prices in today's video as well, and also the recent heat surge that we're seeing all across the southern part of the United States. So make sure you stick around for this entire video, and if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Now, here's what we know. We do have some good news. According to multiple economists, they are now saying that they see inflation moderating in the near future. That's really good. Now, we have seen oil prices steadily decline over the past 2 to 3 weeks, and that's really good as well. We're also seeing oil hovering right about that $100 mark. It's give or take a few bucks, but still it's hovering right about that $100 mark. Now, we are seeing some demand destruction as well in regards to energy, as right now, and here's the issue, there are multiple heat warnings across the entire United States, especially in the South, and state officials are actually asking residents to conserve energy as much as possible. So that's really big, that we are now getting state officials asking residents to help conserve energy. And this is particularly scary for one specific state, and I'll address that in just a second. But here's what economists are saying. They're saying that hotter than average temperatures are expected for much of the summer. They're also expecting heat waves in the South during September as well, and that's a major concern because normally we see these heat waves in June, July, August, and then they subside. Well, the expectation is we're going to see heat waves all the way into September, which is very concerning to many people. Now, here's the one specific state that is being asked to really conserve energy, and that is the state of Texas. Just last night, Texas's power grid operators told state residents to do what you can to conserve energy due to the potential of rolling blackouts. That is huge, and I want to address why this is so important. Because obviously, if households are doing what they can to conserve energy, then they're not going out as much. They're not running their ACs as frequently, right? They're using fans. They're making sure their windows are shaded, right? That's what's happening. Now, if business owners are doing the same thing, they might actually resort to working from home. Or if the consumers are staying home, the businesses are not seeing many or much traffic into their business, whatever they are currently doing. And maybe they have a retail store. That retail store might shut down. This is exactly what we saw just today. I saw a couple reports on Reddit that retail stores were shutting down in the state of Texas simply because, for one, workers did not want to come in. They didn't actually want to leave their homes. So the workers didn't want to come into work. There's a chance that consumers were not going to leave their homes either, right? Major concern there. And so why would the business stay open, pay the employee when there's no customers? So again, that could be a huge concern because people are going to be losing hours. They're going to be losing wages, right? Businesses could potentially be shut down for multiple days at a time. Again, major concerns. But here's something else. And honestly, I didn't realize this. This is something that I didn't really understand until later last night, and it has to do with gas stations. Now, talking about businesses potentially shutting down for a day or two, that's concerning. And it's concerning because employees would not be going to work, right? Our economy would struggle. If employees don't go to work, we don't see consumers spending money, right? Big issue. So here's what I realized last night after I talked with the owner of a gas station. Well, I'll tell you what she said in just a second, but here's the theory. With gas prices dropping as quickly as they are, according to a report from, I believe, Bloomberg or the Washington Post just the other day, they are saying that more and more smaller gas stations are struggling because now they're stuck with higher priced gas that they already paid for, already bought. They have to sell it at that price, or they risk losing money if they sell it for anything less, right? Well, what happens if there's gas stations that aren't open because, well, of the heat, right? So we see people don't come into work, right? Again, major concern. But after talking with one gas station owner, she actually, her and her family own 2 different gas stations in the state of Texas. She told me that she had to close the inside store. She has a convenience store in both of these gas stations. She had to close the inside store and leave the gas station open as a result of not making any money because people were not coming in. This happened in the last heat wave. So this is exactly what she did today. She also said that this heat is likely to cause her 2 gas stations to reduce the price of gas in order to keep up with the current pricing, even though she won't make any profit. Now, here's where things get very concerning. She ended our conversation by saying something, and I was kind of caught off guard, but it got me thinking. Here's what she said. She said she is highly considering not buying any more gas until prices stabilize. So picture this. You have a bunch of small mom and pop gas stations. What if they all decide to do this? They all decide, let's wait until gas prices stabilize. It's just too up and down. We cannot do this. If gas prices are going up, right, and gas stations buy it at a cheaper price, that's great. They'll make a lot of money. The problem is if they are buying it when it's high and it's coming down and then they're selling it, right? The consumers are expecting, you and I are expecting gas prices are going to be coming down. As we see the national average drop, we would expect our local gas stations, their prices are going to drop as well. Honestly, where I live, I don't see a lot of that. And it's because a lot of the gas stations are pretty much owned and operated by the family, the owners, right? But I was looking into this, and currently there's more than 60% of our gas stations here in the United States that are owned by an individual or a family. And picture this. There's about 130,000 gas stations, okay? 130,000 gas stations. Now there's some that are fuel only, but these are about 130,000 fuel and convenience store gas stations. Even if half of these decided to shut down, right? The smaller ones decided to close down temporarily or not buy gas until prices stabilized. Even if this happened, that would mean that roughly 40,000 gas stations would close temporarily. Just imagine that. That would be devastating to business owners. That would be devastating to their employees. It would be devastating to customers who would have to go find a new gas station. Chances are they're going to go to the big guys, the large corporations, right? Those corporate stations. That's what they're going to do. And who do you think is going to struggle then? It's going to be the little mom and pop gas stations. Those are going to be the ones that are struggling to just stay afloat. So, wanted to fill you in on this because, again, good news is gas prices are coming down. Bad news is if we see gas prices pretty much plummet, the problem is the gas station owners could potentially lose a lot of money. And this is where some are saying that they would potentially just close down because it would not be worth it to lose out on the profit they're making from their convenience store in order to just keep their gas station open and get rid of the gas that they currently have. So again, that's what we're hearing, and I just wanted to fill you in on this because honestly, I didn't realize this was a thing until I read the article just a day or two ago, then reached out to some people, found somebody that owns a gas station, and that's what she told me, is she's highly considering just shutting down temporarily until prices stabilize. So again, let me know, have you heard of this? Or are you actually seeing this happen in your area? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd be very interested to hear who's experiencing what and where you're currently from. So again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.